Aside from when people comment telling me that I look like Ben Shapiro, one of the most frequent comments that I get on this app is people telling me that I should have my students sell their artwork, or people who are like, I want to buy this artwork, how do I buy it? So I'm going to tell you now why most of the time I discourage my students from selling their artwork. Now, of course, our student artists are free to do with their artwork what they choose, but I'm going to explain my side of it. For the majority of my students, it is probably true that they will never have the opportunity to take another ceramics class in their lifetime again. And for the works that they create in my class, they spend weeks designing and creating, and they make something that they are proud of. It is very difficult to price that object in a way that is meaningful and impactful. In like 20 years, it's amazing to look back and to be able to say to your children, I made this vase or mug or whatever it is when I was in high school, and it's something that I'm proud of. In a junk economy, the artwork that these kids are making right now is valuable intrinsically. Also, people will say I could have students sell their artwork and that I could use the profits to buy things for the art department. And I would never encourage my student artists to sell their work and not be the person that profits from their artwork. And I would never sell their work and be the person who profits from their artwork. So what are the instances in which I do encourage my students to sell their artwork? First of all, if money is an overriding concern in their lives, and of course for a lot of people that is true, then of course, if selling the artwork is a means of survival, sell the artwork. And secondly, if a student is making tons of work with me and they've taken several classes with me by the time that they're a senior, and there's someone who I think is probably going to pursue ceramics after high school, then I start to try to get them thinking about how to sell their work while they're still with me. I'm an artist who sells my work, and I understand that the facet of being an artist, that is marketing and selling your work, is integral to surviving as an artist. So if my student artist is selling their work, I want them to retain as much of the profit as possible, and I understand that when they work with things like galleries, a gallery might keep anywhere from 40 to 50% of the profit from a work being sold. So we teach students what that's like, that a gallery might be a third party that's going to take a percentage, but what the pros and cons are to working with galleries versus selling by themselves. And overall, most of the time, I tell my students that the works that they're making in high school are meant to be keepsakes that they treasure and they don't sell.